Welcome back to Letters of Intent, the show where we explore the moments, decisions, and commitments that shape our lives and businesses. Today, we are joined by a man whose life story is a masterclass in resilience and leadership. Originally from Buenos Aires, he arrived in the United States with a suitcase full of dreams, but very limited resources. Through discipline and deep sense of purpose, he transformed himself from a fearful immigrant to a successful citizen and a pillar of the Los Angeles community, which we'll hear more about. He's a financial protection professional, entrepreneur, author, and community builder. I welcomed Jorge Eduardo Rabaso to the show. Jorge, welcome.
Thank you so much. And also thank you for the opportunity, Pankaj, you are giving me to be in your show. Thank you so much. Very happy to be
My
here.
pleasure. Yeah, it's great to see you
Very
again,
happy to see you.
Jorge. We'll
Yeah.
get into our connection that we've shared over the years, but it's wonderful to see you.
So, Jorge, this is my first time meeting you. So, I haven't had a chance to hear your story. I would love to hear about your journey and what brought you to the United States from Buenos Aires and what brought you to Los Angeles to build your successful career here.
Well, you see, life gives surprises. When I born in my Buenos Aires, I never thought I was going to live in the United States. And for some things of the destiny, I am in the United States. I have, it's a long story. And I arrived here when I was 25 years old. And as Pankaj has, I don't have, anything. I arrived with $300 in my pocket, with the dream of the country's American dream. And well, I did what had to be done in order to get it. And it was a long story. And, I can write a book about it. But one of the things that I know is I still remember the feeling when you immigrate to another country, the feeling of that you don't know what's going to happen, the feeling of scare of, what's going on. And also something that I always take care of and I always try to teach, when I had the opportunity is how the change that we all have as a human being in order to make a good life, in order to get most out of our life. And when you are in another country in another language, it's even much more difficult.
That brings me to you recently received the Fernando Award, which is a very prestigious award related to leaders of nonprofit organizations. You are the founder of the Hispanic Business Network, which is an association of Hispanic entrepreneurs in Los Angeles. When you tell your story about, you came to a new country and you don't really know how it's going to go, you may not be plugged into a community. Did you found this organization as a response to your own experience that you would have liked to have had a community like this? Or what inspired you to get involved and become the founder of the Hispanic Business Network?
Okay, what a good question. Well, when I came to this country, I did everything that was necessary in order to survive. I was a busboy in the San Fernando Valley coffee shop. I remember delivering papers in the daily news. I was a messenger, in giving packet to the lawyers and they signed them, exist emails or faxes at that time. And then after 4 years, because I was in sales all my life and I started to work when I was 9 years old, actually. I was selling all my life. When I came to this country, I said, I like sales, I like to be with people, and then I'm going to sell insurance. But I didn't know what insurance was. I mean, for me, car insurance, houses, life insurance were the same thing. But someone for a big company say, Jorge, why don't you come with us and we can train you or you can do a life insurance? And at that time it was life insurance plus health insurance, disability, annuities, and long-term care. I remember being in this company. I remember this and I will remember it all my life, to be in the 9th floor looking to Los Angeles. It was life insurance. I didn't know 20 people. I remember I went to this company, 20 people. And I said to myself, how I'm going to do this? How? Los Angeles was there. I mean, my English was maybe 50, 60%. And then I start to walk in the street, going, to East Los Angeles, going to Panorama City, going to the factories, but they say, let's go to the Chamber of Commerce, because in the Chamber of Commerce, the way you find people. Then I remember I went to the Chamber of Commerce to very nice, and they were American people. Not a lot of people there, speaking Spanish. I don't remember one. And I remember the people, the American people who were, my name is this, my name is that. And they were so open, say, I'm shy. I mean, and then I say, why don't I open a community speaking Spanish? Then I started to go to the Hispanic meetings Latin Business Association, but it was different association that they belong to the people from the same country. Let's say, the dentists of Peruvian, the Argentinians professionals, but it wasn't one. I'm talking about 25 years ago. Now it doesn't go that way. It wasn't one, that put all together. Say, well, maybe I can found it, the Hispanic Business Network in San Fernando Valley. I can start to invite people. And that's how I founded that organization. And that's the beginning of that. So it was the way for me to do networking, but at the same time, it was the way that people get together from different communities. And that was the idea. And we were that was doing monthly meetings for almost 15 years.
Interesting.
And yeah, and it was a big thing because it was a big change in the Hispanic community.
So I know that you are the founder of the Hispanic Business Network, which sounds like it's almost modeled off of a chamber of commerce. But I also know that you are on the boards for Meeting Each Need with Dignity, the Valley Fair, the Panorama City Neighborhood Council, and you're also an advisor for the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. So you are quite involved in the community. Where does this drive to be involved in the community come from? Does it come from your childhood, your upbringing? Where does that desire come from?
Well, there's more things that I have involved with. But let me tell you something about the Fernando Awards. Because when I started with my profession as an insurance broker, I remember someone invited me to the Fernando Awards Gala Night because they have been doing Gala Night for the last 67 years. And I remember when I was there the first time, someone paid me the ticket because I didn't have money to pay the ticket at that time. And it was so, how can I say it? It was for me so rich, like I don't belong to these people because they were, in case of Gala Night,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have the code, what's it enough? But I was there and I say to myself, one day I'm going to be nominated.
Yeah.
And 25 years later, I was nominated. It was part of my American dream. So let me share
Wow.
this with you. Yeah. Now,
That's amazing.
why I get involved uh, in MENT, and in nonprofit organizations? Because I like to help people. Even now, I am involved with my foundation doing a lot of things that is not business for me. So the business now is going in another way. I help people to invest money. I help people to get, buy-sell agreements. I advise people to go to lawyers to do living trust. I mean, and the people I'm dealing with is the low-income people and immigrants. So I want to, every time I am in front of people, I'm teaching, saying how to be a good entrepreneur, or how to be a good human being in some way, because I found a book called The 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People that I had the license to teach. And every time I'm in front of them, I had the feeling that I'm in front of myself 25 years ago. They have my dreams. They have everything I have. They have the same shyness. They have the same insecurity. So I'm able to help them. So the reason I'm doing the nonprofit I can say in the last 15 years, was because it's the way I can give back, because life was very generous with me.
Where does this desire to give back come from, though? I think it's a lot of people have been successful in LA as a kind of you've now been here for what I think 25 years. You said we see a lot of flash, a lot of people trying to chase money and make a lot of money, but not everyone has this desire to give back. Is that something that came from your upbringing, your parents? Is it just because you've always cared about building a community? What is it about giving back?
Well, my mother, she has an organization that she gave her the life to in my country, and I saw her helping thousands of people. Maybe that's the thing. But I have no doubt that the happiness is around the corner if we decide to help people. I
Yes.
have no
Yeah.
doubt that we can be, all of us, we can be the figure of transition of people. So everything goes through you, you can improve it.
I
If
love
you
that.
see a friend, you can improve because you can teach them things that you know. In your business or as a lawyer partner. I mean, everyone who came through you, if you're a good person, you have a good feeling, can be improved through you. Yeah, there is a habit in the 7 habits of the highly effective people that is play win-win. And play win-win means whatever goes through our life, they had to win and we had to win. See,
It's such a fascinating approach. And also, I feel like a little bit counterintuitive to what we see a lot today in politics and on television, where I see so many people trying to play a zero sum game. But I love the fact that you're talking about playing a win win game because I really believe in that too. Right? Like I tell my clients, when we win, we all win, right? Our goal is to help you win so then we can also all win and rising tide raises all boats essentially, right? So I love that philosophy of win. And I feel like it needs to be spread more because sometimes people see too much of a zero sum game in the world. It's not the world we live in.
well, the thing is, because we don't find this education in our society, we don't find this education in school. But what we're looking for, I believe that the human being, we have some kind of hole that had to be filled in some ways. It's about power, it's about ego, and then the easiest way, maybe it's money, you have power. But that's not the truth because that hole with money doesn't fill. We all know this.
Yes.
So how if I said, okay, you know what? Whatever we learn and whatever it helped put in our life, I had the power to teach this to others. That made me power. And they made me
Yeah.
alive. And it's the way that I say, you know what, I made the difference in other people's life because what I'm doing is teaching, what I'm doing is the best for the others. Now, if I decide to be dishonest, if I decide to be a bad man, say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna lie, etc. I will have to take this for the rest of my life. I'm willing to do that. It has a price. If I choose to teach, if I choose to help, if I choose to give to the others the best, whatever my profession is, I will take this for the rest of my life, and I made a difference in people.
Yeah. Love it.
Well,
And this gives that power.
I want to get into, our audience is entrepreneurs, operators, business people. So I want to switch gears and talk about another way that you help people with their lives. I want to talk about insurance. You said you were standing on that skyscraper, you're looking over the city of Los Angeles, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to do this? How am I going to sell insurance? But it turns out not only did you sell insurance, you built a very successful business. You've helped many people. I want to dive in because we see this often. Why are people so reluctant to talk about insurance? Why does it kind of make some people feel uncomfortable? They're not aware of what's the real value proposition. And yet everybody needs it. I mean, we're seeing it more often now, especially in the context of employment. We're seeing it in the context of natural disasters. We're seeing it in the context of when we're doing our M&A deals. We see insurance comes up a lot. Insurance and indemnification provisions are very common. So it's everywhere in our life, and yet people are very afraid to engage with it unless they have a really trusted advisor. Why is that?
Well, I mean, about the trusted advisors, it's something like maybe they find a trusted advisor and they don't go with the life insurance things because life insurance is like this kind of thing that is important to do it, but it's not that urgent. So I had to have life insurance. I had to have life insurance. It's important. It's not urgent. So I leave this for tomorrow. I leave it for tomorrow. I leave it tomorrow. At the same time, it costs me money. So one of the reasons, I mean, there are different reasons why people don't wake up in the morning and go to buy life insurance. There are different reasons. One of the reasons is the cost. They don't want to spend the money. A lot of people, let me tell you that maybe 60 or 50% of the people don't know that it's policy, that they can put the money in the policy, they have cash value go up without paying taxes. They don't know the permanent life, how it goes, how you can save a lot of tax equity. But let's say about term insurance. So if something happened to me, my family is going to get the death benefit. A lot of people don't want to spend the money for that because nothing happened to me. A lot of people don't want to think about it because to die is something I don't want to think about. So two things at the same time. See, something I can do it tomorrow. Sometimes it's a mistake because in the middle I get sick or I get some kind of disease and I'm not qualify after that. So if we really think what life insurance means, if we have kids or we have family we're taking care of, parents, if we really think what life insurance means, we have to run and buy life insurance. Because if I really love my family and I know that it could be a 0.1% that something has happened to me, I don't want just to risk anything to them. The thing is, I don't want to think about it. I think and it goes. Now, what happened with the car insurance? With the car insurance, the police stopped me. I had to have car insurance.
Yeah, that's right.
That's another thing. What happened with another insurance, like the worker compensation insurance? If I don't have it, I get the law, but if something happened to one of my employees, I had to have it because who is going to pay him? But life insurance is something I can wait,
Yeah.
you see? And it's a myth. I mean, it's something people don't want to talk about it. So one of the purpose of life is to protect our family when we have the family that we love, when we are not sensitive enough to do that. And life insurance, must be one of the main things to think about it. I have a client that she told me, "Hey Jorge, I have been paying term insurance for 30 years, and it cost me $1,000 a year. And if I didn't have life insurance, I was going to have $30,000 now." So you see, she's around 70 now, 60 something. I say, wait, hold on a second. Let's go 30 years ago. Okay. Let's say you don't have the life insurance and you put a $1,000 in the bank, but you wake up in the morning and you are going to think, if something happened to me, what's going to happen to my kids? So when I'm paying this kind of term insurance, when I'm paying whatever insurance is peace of mind what I'm paying. This is what life insurance is about. It's peace of mind. Because the insurance company know that the average of people is 80 years or 82 years. So I just close a case for someone who is 35 years old, and it gonna cost $120 for 1.5 million. For 1.5 million coverage, he's gonna pay 120
Wow. A month or for a year?
a month for
A month.
1.5
Yeah.
million.
But that's pretty good.
Yeah. You see, so people don't want to think about life insurance. People don't want to. I mean, people don't want to think. There is another problems also with other things like having living trust.
Yeah.
People have asked that they don't have a living trust. They have to talk the law. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. What happens when one day maybe it's too late? Or
Right.
they don't get the life insurance, or something happened and they don't have the living trust in place, or power of attorney for health.
I'm wondering, Jorge, just for our listeners, because insurance can be a little bit of a black box. There's different types of insurance. Also, the difference on the different types of life insurance, the pros and cons of both, and why, when each one is valuable for someone to utilize.
Okay, term insurance and permanent life insurance have the same purpose for everyone who has life insurance because it's a protection for the family. Okay, some people can afford the permanent life insurance. Some people cannot afford the permanent life insurance because it's a matter of how much money you're going to put in the policy. Now, if this person has a high income, he can use the life insurance as a place where he can put money in the life insurance, and this product create a cash value because he put more money than the cost of the insurance, and then this cash value grows tax free and is taken out tax free. So it can be used as an emergency. It can be used for children scholar for the college. It can be used for retirement. But these people have put in a lot of money in this life insurance because it's another way to save money. It's like putting the eggs in another box. That is the one who they're going to not pay taxes, and they will not pay taxes when they take out the money. Now, the IRS knows the game. So you cannot put all the money you want in these policies. They have a limit. This is the life insurance, permanent life insurance. And the best product for me and my experience is called the Index Universal Life. Because the money that goes in the cash value, the interest is paid according to the index, the SP 500, the Bloomer, the PIMCO. There's different strategies. Now, if they need money as an emergency, they can take out the money from the policy at any time. Now, the people that doesn't have enough money to do this plan because they need money for paying mortgages or whatever, they need term insurance. So it's much more inexpensive. The other thing that people don't know is that now, and I say now, as I mean in the last 7-10 years, life insurance came with living benefits. And living benefits means critical illness, chronic illness, like long-term care, supplement, and critical injuries. So if something happened to me that I had to stop working, let's say for 3 weeks or 1 month, I can go to the life insurance proceed and take out money tax free. People
Mhm.
don't know about this. So the idea is what the income of the person is, what the need of the life insurance is, and go from there. Because if someone came to me and say, Jorge, I'm making my income is not large, I will not go with that. with permanent insurance for them because they cannot afford it. But if someone say, Jorge, my income is, the $300,000, my wife, etc., I say, you know what, for you, it's permanent life. And I explain, and when I explain this, I compare with a wealth report. It means what happens if you put the money on the other side in the 401k plan, what happens if you put the money, and because of the taxes, the life insurance is very, very convenient because you don't pay taxes. When it grows, you don't pay taxes when you take the money out.
Interesting. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah, that's very, very helpful because I've always been confused by the whole
Something,
thing, honestly.
and something a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, all of my career, I was surprised that people they don't know. They never hear about this.
I
Yes.
mean, yeah, I probably that's probably me. It is a somewhat complicated of an area, and it's still, which sometimes I think prevents people from actually moving forward too, right? Because if you don't know, then sometimes you can be
Angel,
apprehensive.
let me tell you something. One of the things here is that for some people, this is very complicated.
Right.
And when you got in front of complicated things, you say, you know what, better I don't do it. For other people, that is my experience is, it's like if you say the word insurance, it's not investment. Close. You see, I mean, is investment
Yeah,
or
I
is
see what you
insurance?
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, they're missing the opportunity to save a lot of taxes with life insurance. And I have it close in this case is 20 years ago. I know how it works. I know exactly how it worked 20 years later. You know how it works? People call you and say, how much money I have in my cash value. You have this money. Oh, I didn't know this. Yeah, because they were putting money grows tax free, and they never take a look. And they have also at the same time the death benefit protection.
Interesting. That's fascinating. I'm sure, yeah, there's a lot more to discuss. And if listeners are interested in learning more, a wealth of information on this subject that is worth definitely talking to. He's helped me, he's helped my clients in the past. So I definitely recommend reaching out. Now, we have about like 3 or 4 rapid fire questions just to kind of get your thoughts on, and then we can close it out. So the first question is, just it really just not meant to be overthought. We'll love to hear like what kind of comes to mind first is, what is a book that changed your life?
The 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People. When I read that book in my own language, I said I had to teach this to the Hispanic community. I go frankly call and say, please give me the permission. I will never charge. I will never get any money. Let me be in front of people teaching this in the Hispanic to my community. They say, yes, you have it. And I have been doing this for the last 20 years. Then I wrote my own book based on another book that I read.
Love it. And the name of your own book is?
Herramientas para el éxito personal, tools for the successful life. And it's the combination of this book plus Think and Grow Rich, Atomic Habits, and you name it, I put all together and wrote my own book in Spanish. It's on Amazon.
Amazing. What's a belief that or what's something you've changed your mind about over the last 20, 25 years, or something that you kind of a belief that you had when you were young, but maybe you've changed your mind about now?
I believed 20 years ago, the leaders aren't leaders. They don't make leaders themselves. And through life and doing these motivation classes and dealing with a lot of people, immigrant people also, I really believe that you can be a leader if you work on yourself. So the leader doesn't born leader. Some people born leader, but if you want to be a leader, you can do it. You have to work on yourself.
Yes, amazing. I love that. What's one habit that helps you stay grounded?
Franca, you know that one. Meditation.
Meditation.
I mean, I have always when I had the opportunity, that this I say in every time I can. I have doing meditation for more than 30 years.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I sit 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I put my mind in the minimum expression of excitement, and my body know how to recover itself.
That's amazing.
Meditation.
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
something we
doubt.
connected on early, that we share the same birthday and we share the same passion for meditation, which is amazing.
What?
You have to come with me on a retreat sometime. I go on these 5-day silent retreats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But also, we have to know there's a lot of people that they're gonna hear this podcast. They're gonna think, yes, I had to do this. And
Yes.
again, it's like life insurance, like living trust is important, but it's not urgent.
Yes.
So, when you think you have to do it, just sit, learn, and do it. And do it for 20 days and then decide. If it's good for you, it's not good for you.
I
I
100%
cannot
agree.
say it's not good for me if I don't try. Meditation.
Absolutely.
Grounded meditation is saving my life.
Absolutely. If you do it consistently for a little while before you decide to, not just after one time. Last question is, what does success mean to you?
To live in peace. to have a peace of mind. And it's something that we can accomplish, can come and go. I mean, it's not, that, okay, I want to get all, I'm going to be peace of mind. No, I tried and I need, and I feel that each of us, we have different problems in life, ups and downs. And sometimes we cannot have peace of mind, but we have to be looking for it. And it is the way to look for peace of mind. But
Absolutely.
I think this is the secret of life, is to have peace of mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, the success.
Love it. Wonderful. Sahil, I think you had a couple questions too, or
Well, I
wrapping up.
just wanted to ask if you had to give, we talked a little bit about the misconceptions about life insurance. We talked about also how it's actually a form of investment, and that's even a better word when you're thinking about life insurance. Can you give us some reasons? Maybe, we have business owners and operators, entrepreneurs who listen to this podcast. Can you give our listeners one or two reasons why they need to consider life insurance today, or why they need to consider a service that you provide today?
Sure. One of the mistake I found with people, with companies and partners is that they don't have the buy-sell agreement. So if something happened to one of the partners under the California law, the family of the partner is going to be the owner, the 50% of the owner, and people don't know this. So they need to call the lawyer and do the buy-sell agreement. And the buy-sell agreement is founded by life insurance. Something that, that also I help a lot of people that they don't know that now policies can be sold. So if there's a lot of people that have term insurance and they are maybe more than 7 years old, and they don't know, and they call the company to cancel the policies, they can sell the policies. They can get money for their own policy because there is a group of people of corporations that buy this policy because they use it for investment to play the cash value game. Something that people don't know. Something that people don't know, there is a good idea to have life insurance, permanent life insurance, small permanent life insurance with cash value with the kids. So they already have, the cash value. Then when they hit their 20s, 25, they get the cash value to buy a house or to buy a car. But at the same time, when they hit 25 or 30, they start to work. You say, you know what? I had your life insurance that I got it 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 15 years ago, and you can now put $200 every month in this policy. So you have your own bank. They put the money, they can take it out. They got, the index interest. They don't pay taxes for that, but you create on them the mentality of saving. At the same time, they had life insurance for good. It was a health issue in the middle. They had life insurance for good because they're going to fall in love, they're going to have kids, and then the price of the cost of the insurance is going to be less. So to have life insurance in the kids is a very good idea for investment. For the kids to have it. Life insurance is an asset. It is an asset.
Very
So
interesting.
yeah.
If our listeners want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to contact you?
Well, I am in LinkedIn under Jorge Rabaso. They can email to me, rabaso@rabasoinsurance.com, or they can get my phone number.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Jorge. Your story is one of resilience and inspiration for all of us. We really, appreciate all the work you've done in the community and for your clients. I know it's been a pleasure getting to know you over the years, and I know we still have to get Indian food one of these days. Maybe all three of us with our significant others can go. And yeah, I want to just thank you for joining us and your honesty and your humility in doing this all. You've always been such a giver since I first met you. I think we had lunch at the City Club, I think the first time. It's been wonderful to get to know you and work with you over the years. And I encourage anyone who's looking for help with their life insurance or any kind of insurance to reach out to Jorge. He's a fantastic resource. And if he can't necessarily help with that specific type of insurance, he knows someone who can. And we really appreciate you being on our podcast today.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given me, Pankaj. I really appreciate it. And yes, let's keep, helping people in the way that we can, the best we can, and with the experience that we have. So I really appreciate what you are doing also for all of us to give opportunity that people like me to show what we are doing for the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us again. This is Letters of Intent. Please like, share, follow for more. Please leave your comments or questions, and we're happy to get back to you. If you're looking for more content like this, please let us know. Until next time, thank you again.
Thank you.